Hey, what's up? It's your boy Chris Phoenix, aka Wrestling King 88. Here with another video. Before I get into that, I just want to say, listen, I appreciate all the love, all the support from these videos. Y'all even caring on what I'm saying. Shout out to Chris Van Fleet. Shout out to the two-man power trip of wrestling podcast. You know what? I can't see you, but I see you followed me, and I appreciate the follow back, John Cena. That right there, as a wrestling fan, or not just a company or a performer, just wrestling in general, that made my day yesterday. It was awesome. What I want to talk to the people about today is what everybody's talking about: these Wrestling News Observer Awards. You know, a lot of fans, and the majority of them, they listen to the Wrestling News Observer or subscribe to the newsletter. They bash WWE. They bash WWE in every single way. And I'm a firm believer that, you can dislike something. You don't have to like the product. You can want change for that particular product, but you don't have to bash everything that they do. It's to a point where I think WWE could give you a 10-star match, but you will find something that to bash WWE about. But a lot of people bash the WWE Hall of Fame, but yet they're glorifying and act like that this dirt sheet, that's basically what the Wrestling News Observer is a dirt sheet, is handing out these awards, and that these awards actually mean something. Because I'm going to be honest with you, and a lot of you are not going to like it, but these awards mean nothing. They mean nothing. They're made up by a man that surrounds himself by people that want to be in the know of the wrestling business, that they want to know what's happening in the wrestling business. They will pay anybody or anyone to just give them the inside scoop what's happening in the wrestling business, just because they couldn't make it in the wrestling business. So those awards, to me, really doesn't mean anything, no matter how long Mr. Meltzer have been doing this. It doesn't matter to me. That's the thing. A lot of the IWC, they're going to give you a biased opinion. I'm going to give you a totally unbiased, unapologetic opinion about how things are going in wrestling, in my opinion. To sit there and say that Bray Wyatt was most overrated and that his gimmick, The Fiend, was the worst gimmick, tragic. There's plenty of gimmicks and plenty of performers that I could say was overrated or had a bad gimmick, or at least the worst gimmick. Is Tony Khan doing great things? Yes, he's doing awesome things. Nothing can take away what Tony Khan has done. Tony Khan is putting pressure on the WWE to maybe hopefully change the WWE for the better and up their product into a more positive direction, where the true wrestling fans, not just the marks who mark out for themselves, like I like to call marks, marking for marks, but for true wrestling fans that want to see change, that want to see all the companies do good, because when all companies do good, all the attention is on wrestling. And as a true fan, that's what we want. We want the thing that we love the most getting the attention that it rightfully should get. But to sit there and act like, he won an Emmy or an Oscar, or he's already Hall of Fame worthy because he's the Wrestling News Observer, promoter of the year, it really doesn't hold water. While his track record is good now, talk to me 20 years down the road. There's still some friction, some traction that he has to get, that he has to go through. Okay, you had one good year, but what about the next year? What about the next? What about next? What about next? What about the next? And if your whole objective is just to beat WWE or to beat Vince McMahon, you're already doomed. Yes, it sounds great on paper, and yes, y'all are doing great. Y'all kicking WWE's butt right now when it comes to the current state of the product. But how about longevity? Can you do it on a consistent basis, year after year after year? And you know what? I'm glad y'all are giving competition, because competition creates cash. Shout out to Eric Bischoff. But competition does create cash, and competition creates the best product for us true wrestling fans. And that's all I ever want. I've been a fan since I was 6 years old. And I'm still going to be a fan when I'm 600 years old. And I just want to see the wrestling product continue to grow forward and go into a positive direction. And the one thing that shouldn't even separate us, that should bring us together where we all can coexist, is the one thing that seems like it always separates us. Either you're a WWE fanboy or you're an AEW fanboy. No, why can't we be not fanboys, but just lovers of pro wrestling? Shout out to New Japan. Shout out to Impact Wrestling. Shout out to the Indies. Hell, shout out to my boy LeBron Cozone, who's doing great things in Greensboro with Firestar. Shout out to all the companies that shout out to pro wrestling, period. I'm never going to be a lover of just one company. I'm just going to be a lover of pro wrestling, but that's what I am, a true wrestling fan. But anyway, it's your boy, Chris Phoenix. And, you know, again, I just want to say I appreciate the love. I appreciate all the support. And I hope that, you know, one day we can do some collabs, Hannibal, you know, or two-man Power Triple Wrestling Podcast. Like I said, hey, DM me. I want to do business. I want to sit there and talk to people who love wrestling like me and give them my opinion. That's the only thing I want to do in this life, is anything to do with wrestling. I mean, that's my dream. And, you know, luckily I got to live my dream out for 10 years. But, hey, when one door closes, another door presents itself. When you want it bad enough, you're going to chase that dream. But anyway, like I said, this is your boy Chris Phoenix. Retweet this video, share this video, follow me on Twitter, Wrestling King 88, and or you can just search Chris Phoenix and they'll come up. But show some love with this video. Alright. Hey, remember, stay humble, stay hungry, stay driven.